Hey y'all.
Hello, ladies.
It's been like 3 goddamn weeks. What have y'all been doing?
I've been moving. I'm living back in London again. For those of you that have been following my life story, um, it's not particularly exciting. Although next week I have a screen test for a horror film, so all you fanboys and fangirls out there, wish me luck.
Nice.
Can you say what
I
the
know.
film is, or is it just like a little indie thing?
It's just a little indie thing.
Oh,
And so far it's just a demo for what will hopefully it's a promo demo for what will hopefully be a longer film.
oh,
I play an American in it.
oh, sweet. we
Yeah, so I
we
have
need to
to.
Skype like every day so you can get my accent down. The
Yeah,
southern
well,
accent that I don't have.
well, I mean, luckily, it's either General American or New York they want. So I've been going with General American
Yeah,
because when I try and talk in a New York accent, I talk like that, and it just bad.
yeah.
I think
So when are y'all gonna start watching Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. I am going to start watching Game of Thrones. I've just started watching the new normal because I've heard it might be cancelled, and I think given
Did
the
they say it
current
might be canceled?
well, just I
That
don't think the
sucks.
ratings have been brilliant of late, and I
Yeah.
think it would just be, given the current sort of gay rights struggle, that would just be a shame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear it's pretty good. Like not
I
brilliant, but
really I like it a lot. Andrew Rannells, who I saw in the Book of Mormon, name drop, hashtag name drop, is brilliant in it.
I know
That's all I
it.
have to say.
I would think I would only really watch it because of Nene Leakes is in it, and I love her. And
No.
she's one of the Atlanta. She used or no, she's still an Atlanta housewife. They have those Real Housewives shows, and my mom likes to watch them. And some of them are actually kind of quality, like the Atlanta Housewives, because they're all fucking hilarious. And Nene is
See, I
the
didn't
best
know that. I
one.
thought she was just an actress.
Oh no, she's a housewife, and she basically got her acting because of that show and how charismatic she is, and just how funny she is. Like she
I'm
is.
forgetting which one the new normal was. Is that the premise was the ladies being a surrogate mother for the gay couple?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I remember seeing the ads before it came on,
Yeah.
and then I completely forgot about it.
my friend. Speaking of canceled shows, my best friend, is actually absolutely torn because that show Smash is getting canceled.
Is that definitely getting cancelled then?
I think so. I think they said they're not coming back for another season, and my best friend is torn to pieces about it. She loves that
Aw.
show. Like I think like Deborah Messing, who's on the show, like I think she dropped out of the show or something and said she wasn't coming
Oh, really?
back. So or something like that. And like she
See, that
says she has
seems
another
odd to me.
project, but like
Oh, I was going to say, because, yeah, Deborah Messing's career has not taken an upturn
yeah, I
since
know it's yeah, but my best
the
friend is
career
just like
been.
torn up over it. Like I called her and told her because I heard it on the radio, and I told her and she's like, "What?" Like I thought she was going into like beast mode. She was like, "What?" Like she was not happy with me because I told her that. But
It's it's gutting. It's
she's
really,
like,
really sad. I mean,
"No, they were just gonna go to the Tonys or whatever." Like I know that feel of loving a canceled show.
yeah, exactly. It's gutting. It's really, really
When I
disappointing.
heard Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes wasn't they canceled that, I was torn. Like that was a good
Great.
show.
I've never
I
heard
didn't
of
watch
that.
that.
It was on the Hub, and it was like they would play it back to back with the new Spider-Man show they have, which a lot of people don't like, but I actually really like it.
I saw clips of it, and it just I don't know. It's like it's supposed to be Ultimate Spider-Man, which I was under the impression is more serious, and then they went with the really ridiculously goofy
I don't know, I like it.
angle. I don't know. I miss Spectacular Spider-Man. That show was friggin'
Spectacular
amazing.
Spider-Man's
and
pretty
they canceled
good.
that.
Yeah.
I love that
There's
show.
a new Batman series called Batman the Bold and the Brave, and that again is just it completely reverted back to the sort of like
Yeah,
The
I
goofy
watched a
Adam
little
West era. It's really bizarre.
I watched a little bit of
Yeah.
that. It's all right. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's okay.
I haven't seen it.
Avengers
but
Earth's
I think
Mightiest Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes is a good goddamn show. They had it on the Hub, and it was about the fucking Avengers, and not just like the main five from the Joss Whedon movie, but like all of the Avengers that you never think
Yeah.
about, like Black Panther and Wasp and
Oh, that sounds
Marvel, and
amazing.
it was so cool. And they had like 3 seasons, I want to say. They had
Well, they're canceling Young Justice on Cartoon Network too, aren't
a
they?
lot of people are up. I never watched Young Justice.
I didn't. It started when I
Yeah,
didn't have
Tumblr
cable,
went a bit mad
so
about that, I heard.
People went
I didn't start watching
crazy.
it. And then by the time I got cable, it was so far into it, I didn't feel like bothering.
People went crazy because they canceled Young Justice. Like,
My sister's mad about that.
oh yeah.
I read on your Twitter, Greer, if I understand this correctly, you're no longer watching My Little Pony?
No, because the fucking, I don't know. I'm getting sick of this fan base.
Well,
And not
don't
just
give
the bad ones, but like, and I love y'all. Just mainly the good bronies and the good Pegasus sisters, and like I feel like us girl fans never get any attention.
But you can.
But maybe
you
that's
don't
a good thing. I don't know. But
have to be a part of the fandom.
yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it. I think I watched 2 episodes of season 3, and then I just kind of forgot about it.
Fuck. So you didn't watch? You don't know all the shit about Twilight?
I know all the
becoming...
I know all the shit about the Alicorn stuff, but
yeah,
like I know what
we are
happens,
really hate.
and like I
Somebody
don't.
tell me what an alicorn is. I keep seeing that word, and I'm like, what?
Basically, she's got wings and a horn.
Ah, I see. Okay.
But I don't know. Like I don't like. It seems like something I would not be a fan of. Like, oh, Twilight's all like, because I don't really like Twilight even in the first place. So, like, well,
Yeah, I like her. I like her quite a lot better than some of the more like OTT. Like, I like her better than like Pinkie Pie, who I find quite irritating.
yeah. But
Did you guys see the article about some fanboy? I don't know if the guy was being a troll or what, but he wrote a letter to some guy that was like doing or requesting Twilight Sparkle porn from people, and he wrote him a letter asking him to stop because Twilight Sparkle is the guy who wrote the letter's fiance.
oh my god.
Like, in all seriousness, he has a full letter about how he's, like, being degrading towards Twilight Sparkle, or Twily, or whatever he called her, who he's going to marry.
Jesus
and he has some
Christ.
plushies that he
Oh.
sleeps with and everything, and I'm like, oh god, please
See,
be
that's the brony that's the kind. There are 2 types of people. There's that kind that define the entire fandom, and then there's like the actual majority of sane people that totally get undermined by all this crazy shit.
But
like,
could you not say that about
fucked up
every
on 2
fandom?
levels. It's a
Yeah, you could-
children's character, and a children's character that's also a horse.
Well, to be fair, they do that crap because I've been in anime fandoms forever. They do that crap
yeah.
with anime all the time over in Japan.
Oh yeah,
and here.
all of them, all of them. I mean, every Tugwatug for like the Avengers. I mean, comic books, everything. Every fandom has crazy
Doctor
obsessives.
Who.
Yeah, Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Whovians are fucking
Perfect
insane.
fanfic. I gotta say, of all the fandoms with that do the porn fiction or drawings or whatever, I find it more creepy. Like, I mean, obviously the ones that do it with the ponies and whatnot are extra special level of creepy. The people that do it with like the people on that guy with the glasses really weirds me out because I don't see them as characters. I see them as real people, and to be like, I'm gonna have them fuck each other.
It's a
just
fine
creeps
line.
me out a lot.
There's a fine line.
I agree. I mean, I think they're playing versions of themselves. That's the way I see it. They're playing sort of their most extreme sides. And obviously they have storylines that aren't anything to do with their own lives. So like obviously there's no real Mecha Kara. So it's a difficult.
I read a thing once, because I kind of follow the Rooster Teeth fandom and stuff, and they have this little sub fandom called the Mavin fandom, which is the shipping of Fran, Gavin from Rooster Teeth, then Michael Jones. And I read a thing from somebody who writes that fanfiction, and it's pretty. It can apply to anything. She said, I don't ship Michael Jones and Gavin Free. I ship Michael and Gavin that I write in my fiction. I don't ship them, like, in real life. I would never want to force them to make out in real life. But I ship the Michael and Gavin that I write in my stories. And
but it's taking those people's identities, you know, whether they're kind of public or not, and kind of messing with them. And I would feel a bit uncomfortable about it. I can understand that. And I've written fan fiction, but I can see why people would feel uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a really, really difficult one, because on the one hand, you know, people who are in the public eye because they get to do the job that they love are incredibly lucky, and it would seem like a comparatively small problem being shipped.
Yeah.
But, you know, which it is a comparatively small problem, but on the other hand, you know, that is still their identity, and they have the right to veto, I think, what exists as much as they possibly can within the fandom regarding their personal lives.
Yeah. But, like, I mean, I kind of look at it like, would you rather have, and I think this is, like, to anybody who gets fiction right about them, would you rather have, like, for the rest of your life, would you rather get hate mail, or would you exchange all that hate mail for, like, stories written about you that, like, kind of, like, put you on a pedestal and, like, write all these pleasurable things about you? Or would you rather exchange all that for, like, all the hate mail you get and shit like that?
Well,
and, like,
with
it's kind of like an eternal question, you know?
No,
I don't know. It depends on the level of, like, because some people might get, like, really into it and to the point where it's, like, creepy or an obsession.
Yeah.
So there's that. Like, you can love somebody too much.
Yeah.
And then there's also the fact that, you know, some of these situations sexually, you might not be really okay with people writing you in. Like, I think there was one where, like, somebody wrote that Insano raped Linkara or something, and I'm like, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's
because
some situations where it's like, this is no longer flattering.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
that's
creepy.
abusive. I think, you know, there can be no kind of, you know, room for debate there. That's where you have to draw the line when it gets into abusive territory. And I think, you know, I certainly don't, like, condone famous people or people in the public eye kind of hounding fan fiction writers, because I think, well, you know, for the most part they're not doing any harm, but I think they certainly have the right to say politely, actually, I'd rather you know, didn't do that.
I know fandoms that, like, and the Mavin fandom is the one I can think of, that actively really try to keep their fandom and their fiction away from those people. Like, the number one rule is, like, don't tweet it to them, don't, you know, hope that they don't find it, you know, and stuff like that. You know, they try to keep it away from them, which is, because they know respect in shit. And I actually like the Mavin fandom for that. They're respectful of them, and they don't tweet that crap to them or Facebook it to them. They don't post it to them or anything like that. They actively try to distance them away from what they're doing.
Oh, yeah, I think that's great. I mean, I ship fictional characters, and I've shipped the odd real couple of people before.
Hold on. The dog. Oh my god.
Someone
must have left him alone. The dog we're dog sitting, if you leave him alone, he will make, like, the sound of a dying child goat.
Oh.
Like,
it's tragic.
That, or, like, yeah, I think the first time he did it was, like, I was coming back in the house in the car, and I opened the garage door, and my mom came out to give me something. And I guess he figured because my mom didn't come back in the house that something terrible had happened. So he could hear him through the door, like, ah! And it was
poor puppy.
Like the noise you would hear, like, on the 8th level of hell or something, like.
See, I'm terrified of dogs, and I find them a bit kind of gross and stinky, and I don't really like to touch them. So
my dog.
I probably would like your dog. I'm sure I would, you know, if I got to know it. I'm sure deep down I would like it. But when I don't scratch or cuddle them,
Yeah.
They make those kind of tragic whining noises, and I feel terrible. And they look at me with those big eyes, but they're gross.
I like dogs, but I prefer cats.
Eggs.
I like cats.
But anyway,
Cats are good.
so back to the topic at hand. When y'all gonna start watching Game of Thrones?
That was the topic at hand?
I started
That was a
this
long time
conversation
ago.
with. When are y'all gonna start watching Game of Thrones so we can have a Game of Thrones cast?
I'm such a snob that I read the books before watching, if I watch the show.
I wanted to do that too, but then I just
bought
kind
the
of fell
first
into
book.
the cycle, so.
I just
Next on my list.
The first book, but it's on my giant list of books I have to read. So.
I'm reading the first book right now. I'm about an eighth of the way through it, so.
I need to find a job before I do anything. Because, yeah, that's apparently a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But then, Game of Thrones.
I don't know, Game of Thrones kind of, like, gets you in that mood to feel regal and royal and, like, you want to go out and fight battles and shit. But it will also hurt you in many ways. Game of Thrones will hurt you.
That sounds like a complex relationship you have with Game of Thrones.
It is a complex relationship I have with that show. It will hurt you so badly. And I've already spoiled myself, and I am prepared to be hurt more. I accidentally keep...
than your relationship with your friends and family, Greer?
Huh?
Is it more complex than your relationships with your friends and family?
Because my friends and family are getting beheaded and shit and raped, and it's like, so much crap happens in Game of Thrones. It's like...
I'm getting for killing off my favorite characters.
Yeah.
I feel you, though. I really do. Like, I know that when something happens in a fandom or a TV program or a book that I'm passionate about, in which I am invested in the characters,
yeah,
I'll go and, like, Tumblr the shit out of it. I'll read every little bit of, like, I'll theorize and analyze and intellectualize. I'll read every forum. I get that invested. I get that.
And Heather, just so you know, like, the books are fucking long, by the way.
Oh,
the first book's 800 pages.
That's
long.
not an issue for me.
And I think, like, the most latest book is, like, 1,500 pages.
Wow, that's not that bad. Granted, it took me, like, ages to read it.
Yeah.
Which is, like, a fucking... like Bible-sized.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
For some reason, it is Bible-sized. For some goddamn reason.
It had a lot of information on that killer clown.
Yeah.
I like it.
Never ever go to Maine.
Yeah,
I was
really.
disappointed. I lived in Maine for a while. It's very boring.
Yeah, it's funny. Stephen King has a real... Well, Doug did the Stephen King drinking game, and yeah, he has a real fixation with Maine.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know he lives there now. I don't remember. I think he was born and raised in Maine. Mm-hmm. I think he lives in Bangor, which was nowhere near where I live, so maybe that's why I had the boring shit.
Yeah.
See, I think anyone that grew up in a small town finds their hometown creepy.
Yeah.
I know I do.
I'm sorry about these dogs barking in the goddamn background. They like to argue about...
No, that's alright. It's endearing. I like it.
They argue about goddamn politics.
It's not that loud anyway.
They argue about politics every day. It's like... So
is one of them Republican and one of them a Democrat?
I think so.
Or is one of them moderate and the other one a libertarian?
I'm not... Yeah, I think it might be that. I'm not sure. But they like to get loud about it, so...
Alright, okay. I really wish this was April the 1st so I could announce to everyone that I'm a member of the Tea Party movement.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would go down very well.
Is the Tea Party dying? It feels like it's dying.
Yeah, I think it's dying. I haven't heard anything about it for a really long time, so I'm assuming it's dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
oh, Christ.
We need to have a Game of Thrones cast when you guys finally watch the show.
That would be great.
Nobody needs... If you want to... Anyone listening, if you guys want in on a Game of Thrones cast, let me know, because I will put you on. You don't have to know anything about the books, just the show. Just the first 2 seasons of the show, and you have to be watching season 3, so...
Well, then I would like to shout out to my friend Hannah, who you know...
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she, I believe, is reading the books, so she could certainly offer perspective from that side of things.
Yeah. And even if you're not to read the books, it's like, I think the television show goes like the first book is the first season, the second book's the second season, and there's a little bit of the second book. I don't know. fuck it. I don't know. Somebody told me the answer. Like, because I had asked, like, where are the books in relation to the television show? Like, is the first book the first season? And so, apparently that's the case, though. The first book is first season.
How many books has he written so far?
Like, 6, and then it's gonna keep going to 8, I think. He's not done writing it, so.
You know what I think we need to have a podcast about? We could even begin this subject in an impromptu
If it's about Doctor
manner.
Who, I'm gonna fucking flip out. I'm gonna leave.
Oh my god, we should totally have a Doctor Who cast.
No, I won't be a part of it, though.
Absolutely. Great. What is your aversion to Doctor Who?
I watched it and it's boring. I don't...
It's not boring.
Well,
you're not boring. I'm sorry. That's
I
that.
I was rewatching the first of the 2000 series, the one with Eccleston, with my husband, and I'm like, I'm watching it and I'm afraid he's gonna say he doesn't like it because I'm like, it gets a lot better, like particularly with Tennant, because I adore him, and I didn't really like.
It's funny. I think Tennant was good at the beginning, but I think towards the end of his tenure,
he got a little whiny.
Yeah, it got
I
very.
think the Tennant years would have actually been a lot better if they had just not done Rose. After I didn't mind Rose, and then I watched Welshie's thing about how he hates her, and I was like, oh my god, he's right, and now I find her so annoying.
I agree, and it really ruined that character for me, although I didn't like her that much to begin with. But Tennant, I thought towards the end of Russell T Davis's tenure, the whole thing got very, very kind of camp and over the top, and that really irritated me. And I think it's something that on British drama we have a tendency to fall into. We've never made a Sopranos, we've never made a West Wing.
Yeah.
It tends to all get a bit silly.
Sherlock.
That's what we're talking about, Doctor Who.
Sherlock is the exception. Sherlock,
Sherlock
phenomenal.
Is Downton Abbey technically a British television show, or is it American?
No, it's British.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know, because they show it, I think they show it on, PBS over here or something.
They show it on PBS.
Yeah.
They did
I hear that show is really good. Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey? Yeah.
It's a piece of shit.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Like
maybe you'll like it. I don't know. I
But Maggie Smith is in it.
It just doesn't do it for me. I just think it's a bit silly.
I watch it. The main stake of the first 2 seasons is potentially they're worried about losing their ridiculously extravagant house and moving into a slightly less extravagant house.
Yeah, I'm just like,
which is a joke I stole from Phantasmo. Yeah. But the stakes are really low. But then, and it seems like everybody on that show is a dick.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to watch a bunch of privileged assholes being privileged assholes.
That means that you actually like Downton Abbey.
Well, that's reality TV over here. You'll love American TV.
I was asking Fran, since we had been talking about Doctor Who, what's your opinion on Donna?
I was prepared to dislike Donna because Catherine Tate is a comedian over here, and I've never found her particularly funny. I think she's a great actress, and again, I didn't like her in the Christmas special, but I really, really warmed to her.
Yeah, I see a lot of hate for Donna, and I saw that before I watched any of her episodes, and I really liked her, because at the beginning, she's annoying and self-centered, but seeing her character grow, I liked that a lot.
Absolutely, and I loved her character arc. I love the way...
And she's certainly better than Rose. And I love Mark.
Absolutely. And it was amazing. It was heartbreaking, and her performance was brilliant.
What were you Fran, what were you gonna say, we should have a podcast about, and then we went into Doctor Who, and Doctor Who is totally not what you were gonna say.
No, it wasn't what I was going to say, but you brought it up. You're fixated on your hatred of Doctor Who.
I don't hate it. It's just that, if we're going to start talking about Doctor Who, I'm going to be completely alienated from the conversation.
That's how I feel about Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Well, I'm not talking about it in front of y'all. I want y'all to watch it first before I spoil the fuck out of y'all. But what were you going to say?
Okay, well, tell you what. I will watch Game of Thrones. Actually, I'll watch Game of Thrones anyway, because I really actively would really like to watch Game of Thrones. But seriously, give Doctor Who another chance.
I'll try.
Thank you.
But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that I love you.
No, what were you gonna say about we should have a podcast about what?
Oh, no. Well, I thought we were touching upon a really interesting subject when you said you weren't going to watch MLP anymore because you didn't really kind of care for the fandom. And it's a really interesting thing because it's never occurred to me to abandon something I'm a fan of as a result of the fandom. And I thought it would be interesting to have a conversation and kind of analyze how hand in hand a sort of a topic or, you know, a television show, a book, a comic, or whatever is connected to its fandom and how that's kind of evolved.
We should have a podcast
and how necessary
about that?
I think that is a really interesting subject.
We might. I don't know. I will think about it. I'll write it down on our list of podcasts we have to do.
I think you should. I think that could be an interesting
Game
thing
of Thrones. I'll let you host a Doctor Who podcast, and but I'll let you host a Doctor Who podcast. That'll be.
Well, can me and Heather co-host? Because I get the
Yeah,
impression
like I'll sit in here and like have myself on mute and just let you guys and like maybe like does Millie watch Doctor Who? Does Georgia watch Doctor Who? Like I don't know who else watches Doctor Who.
I don't know. I could occasionally weigh in with an American accent so that people don't realise you're gone.
Yeah. No, like it'll just be like you're just there doing like a special podcast for Doctor Who, and we might get views because it's about Doctor Who, so.
Well, how are we doing on that front, by the way? How many of you are there watching us?
Yeah. I
have
told
one
y'all,
friend
like,
on Facebook
if you're
that
watching
watches.
this right now, make a comment somewhere on the blog or something, and I got no fucking response, so I guess nobody's fucking watching us.
I have a friend on Facebook who's watching, apparently, so hi,
Welchie's watching. Hi, Welchie.
I hope. Probably not anymore.
So he lost
Oh,
interest
she's
ages
watching.
ago.
Yeah.
I was going to do a shitty Welsh accent then, but that didn't work out so well.
Yeah.
But I think at the beginning, weren't we getting like 20 odd views?
Something like that, I don't know.
Yeah. Where's my 25 cents?
Your
Split.
American cents, or you want it in American quarters or British quarters?
We don't have quarters over here.
British quarter. What's like the lowest current? Because over here the lowest currency is a penny.
Yeah, same here.
What's-
Yeah, we have a penny.
What's the
Basically,
one
it goes-
above a penny?
2p.
What's the one above that?
5p.
Okay, that's weird. Okay.
And then there's 10p, and then there's 20p. Then there's 50p,
What's the
then
P
there's a pound.
stand for?
Pence.
Pence?
Yeah.
Okay. That's like super old. Like, oh, here's 2 pence or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. We used to, up until I think like the 1970s, we had shillings and tuppence.
Oh yeah.
All the money in Mary Poppins, we really had that.
Oh my god. One of my friends is obsessed with just singing Mary Poppins songs to me.
Mary Poppins is one of the greatest films ever made. It's phenomenal. Oh, Greer, you did not just exhale.
What? What did I do?
I said Mary Poppins was one of the greatest films ever made, and
I
you went,
didn't do that. What did I?
it was your dog.
I didn't.
Your
do
dog
that.
hates Mary Poppins.
No, dude, Mary Poppins was my fucking shit. I loved that movie.
Yay.
I was the one that scoffed
I
at
just saw a fucking picture on Facebook. I just saw a fucking picture on Facebook that is proving how fucking stupid we are over here. It says, intelligence test. In 10 seconds, write a word that starts with S and ends with P. Apparently, if you can find a word that starts with S and ends in P, you are intelligent.
That's a really low bar to set, I'm afraid.
I know.
That's a remarkably low bar. What have we become?
Fucking soap. I immediately thought of soap. So it's just like
Soup.
Soup. What
Heather still hasn't
No,
graced
I
us
got
with
nothing.
her.
I can't believe that's a goddamn intel.
I don't know, you said S and P, I'm like SpongeBob. Wait, no, that's not it.
Oh my goodness.
That's what my brain goes to, anything remotely related to
test.
SpongeBob.
I don't know.
No, actually, you said S. I see. My brain's not like SP at the end. It's like S and P together. And then we were talking about Mary Poppins, so my brain went to supercalifragilistic. then I was like, fuck! Now I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of intelligence, though, Heather. It's the intelligence of a pop culture nerd, which is probably the kind of intelligence that we all have. I don't think being able to spell soup and soap makes us particularly intelligent.
Yeah.
Low bar.
It's like fucking like that just yeah.
We need like another Twilight hotline to call up or something.
Oh yeah.
Or we could just call them again and listen for a bit longer.
We're not calling that thing again.
Welcome to the Twilight hotline. That was what his voice was like.
We could talk about something kind of Game of Thrones related again. This is Peter Dinklage.
Oh.
No.
Oh, really?
We talk about Peter Dinklage. No. Like, hold on.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Peter Dinklage. Yay.
He was on Saturday Night Live last night. He popped up on Saturday Night Live last night, and I fucking screamed. I was watching it with my mom. We were trying to watch a movie, and she was flipping back and forth to Saturday Night Live. And then, have you seen it?
I've seen bits of Saturday Night Live.
No, have you seen the bit that Peter Dinklage was in?
Oh no, I haven't.
It's
I
funny.
haven't seen
It's
that yet.
funny as hell. But there's
He seems
this.
like such a funny guy. He was in 30 Rock, and he fucking cracked me up.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't see the episode, but I saw those clips of him in 30 Rock. So apparently, everyone keeps telling me if I think Peter Dinklage is sexy, I should watch this movie called The Station Agent, where apparently he's super sexy. So
Really?
yeah,
I'll have to bear that in mind.
Yeah.
No, he's beautiful, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
And it's odd because I always feel like I have to clarify that. And of course I don't. It's like saying Brad Pitt is attractive.
Yeah.
It should be obvious. The fact that he's small shouldn't undercut that in any way.
hmm I think it's cool that that's kind of becoming a thing that doesn't really matter anymore. Because people are like,
Yeah,
of course she's
absolutely.
gorgeous, like, people don't really care about his
He's a
height
hot-
or anything.
Oh, by the way, Greer, do you watch Life's Too Short? I can't remember.
No.
The Ricky Gervais
Oh,
thing. with
yeah,
Warwick Davis?
I did watch an episode of that with Warwick Davis. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I wasn't a huge fan of the series, but the special has just come out that kind of ended the show. Because it only ran for one season because it's British.
Yeah.
The special is fucking hilarious. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I saw one episode where, God, I forget what it...
Have you seen the one with Liam Neeson where he says he wants to do stand-up comedy?
No, but I've seen
And
that.
he can't
I've seen
stop.
that clip.
Yeah, where he can't stop talking about famine and AIDS and
Oh yeah, I've seen that
it's
clip.
straight-faced. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah. I saw one, I think he was, like, hosting this party or something, and he
With
had...
Sting.
No, he had a party at his house. It was like a home warming party, and he had to pretend to be more famous than he was, so he was calling up, like, that thing that will, like, hire more famous people to, like, come to your party and stuff, and he had to pretend to be, God, what was her name?
Cat Deeley?
Cat Deeley. He had to pretend to be, like, her boyfriend or something, and...
Cat Deeley, I've heard, is getting relatively well known in the States. Is
yeah,
that
I'd
true?
never heard of her before. So, but apparently, yeah, I'd never.
Yeah, Cat Deeley was a children's TV presenter in the 90s on the funniest, like, there was a sketch variety show very much in the same vein as Saturday Night Live, except it was on in the mornings on ITV, which is a British channel, and it was called SMTV Live, and if it was for kids, honestly, look it up. It is one of the funniest shows ever made. It's brilliant, and and it's all for kids, but it's really kind of near the knuckle, particularly for the 90s, and sort of innuendo laden and really funny. Like, definitely would recommend it.
Yeah. But
shout out to all our British listeners.
Yeah, but I really want to watch, like, I want to find the rest of the episodes, because I think that episode was like episode 6 or something that I watched. So
yeah, you should give it a watch. I mean, it's not like The Office or Extras where you kind of really care about the characters, but
yeah,
it
like,
is
basically he plays like a dick.
yeah, he's an
Warwick
arsehole in it.
Davis, he plays like an asshole. So
he gets less of an arsehole, but yeah, he starts off as a kind of self-serving backstabber, like,
yeah.
which is kind of funny to a point, but eventually, for me at least, I want to have some kind of investment in the characters.
Yeah.
It's a real debate, because a lot of people don't really require that, whereas I really do.
Speaking of British TV, me and my mom were talking about The Office, and
yeah.
Cause we were actually watching this movie that Steve Carell is in, called Dan in Real Life, and
I've never seen that.
it's a good movie. It's really like heartwarming. He plays like this guy whose wife dies, and he's a widower, and
Steve Carell's lovely.
He has like these 3 daughters, and he ends up falling in love with this woman he meets, and then the woman he meets happens to be his brother's girlfriend or something. And and it's like super like heartwarming actually, but it's also like sad. But we were talking about how Steve Carell can always play that like super nice guy, like even him as Michael Scott in The Office, like as opposed to like Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais in the British Office plays like an a-hole basically, but then Steve Carell in The Office, like he plays a jerk, but he doesn't know he's being a jerk. Like everything, like the character Michael Scott does, it's coming from a good place. Like, but he's just an idiot basically. So
yeah, he is. You're exactly right. And it's really interesting. One of the things that Ricky Gervais said to the producers when they were first working on the US office is, he's trying to make him more of a buffoon. And it was what they tried to do with David Brent in the 2nd season of the UK office.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is he's not an asshole, David Brent. I mean, he behaves in a pretty despicable way, but he's just pathetic and self-serving. He's not really bad. Whereas Michael Scott, it's not even that he's self-serving.
He tries to do things for other people, and like everything he does comes from a place where he is in the right. Like he thinks he's doing the right thing, but he just ends up coming off as an idiot. And
sometimes what he thinks is the right thing is something that he's had to justify to himself because it actually is self-serving. But it's just because he's an idiot. He's not a horrible man.
I think in like the first season and a half they tried to write him as more of an asshole, but then like the way Steve Carell read it and like acted at it, like I think it kind of just turned the character a little bit, Yes, Steve Carell is just so likable. He has that like soft face where like I don't think he's ever played like an asshole role in his life.
No, I mean it would be like kicking a puppy. You're so upset for him when he's suffering in any one of his movies.
Yeah, like in even in The Office, like there was that episode where they had the roast about Michael Scott, and like he was totally ready for it, but he wasn't prepared for all the mean things that everyone had to say about him, and he like got upset and he got his feelings hurt, and you genuinely felt bad for him, like even though he has done all these pathetic and really stupid fucking things, like you feel bad for him at that moment, like he deserves it, but he doesn't,
Yeah, exactly. I've got to say my favourite moment of his, one of my favourite moments of his, is in the last episode that he's in, and he's saying his kind of farewells to the warehouse people, and he keeps trying to make a basketball shot. So he starts off like bouncing the ball around, and he's like, well, see you later, guys. Catch you on the flippity flip. And he tries to dunk the ball, and he misses. And he just goes through this flippity flip routine about 5 times until he dunks the ball. Honestly, like, look it up on YouTube. Like, I was crying. I think he's
my
awesome.
favorite episode is when Jim and Pam get married. I love that episode a lot.
And they all dance down the aisle. Yeah, that's great. And that's something that could have only happened in the American office. Like, had that happened in the UK office, British viewers would be going,
everyone would have hated it. Y'all would have hated it.
Yeah, we would have hated it because we don't buy that from British people.
Yeah,
we don't buy those kind of unbridled, emotional, cheesy moments.
Yeah.
I've never actually watched either Office, so I feel left out now.
My mom watches The Office like every damn week. I was surprised that it was, like, still going, but I feel like, oh, well, I probably would have heard about it if it was, like, ending, you know?
It's nearly ending now. It's coming to, like, one of the last few episodes, I think.
Yeah. One of my mom's favorite seasons is when, this guy that James Spader plays comes.
Oh yeah, that was quite a recent
when his
one.
name was Robert California, and he, like, is the boss for a little while. My mama loves those episodes because James Spader plays, like, this guy where, you know, like, Rainn Wilson, Dwight will come up and be like, I know you're trying to get in all of our heads, and James Spader's just like, I already have, and, like, just blowing everyone's mind.
Really that character, it's a really, really, like, great kind of well-performed part. It really reminds me, like, to quite a striking degree, of Alec Baldwin in 30 Rock.
Oh yeah, it's definitely very Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, very, very Alec. But at the same time, not a rehash or a kind of pale imitation. It's just interesting, I think. A bit like House and Dr. Cox.
Oh yeah. Hey, Fran.
Yeah.
Fran.
They just...
Fran.
They're cut
Fran.
Same cloth. Yeah?
30 Rock is still gone.
Oh, fuck off. Leave me alone. See, that breaks my heart that 30 Rock ended. Because it just... Why in God's name is fucking 2.5 Men still running? And
like, it's not like 30 Rock got cancelled. They just ended it.
No, it did. It did get cancelled.
No, it didn't. It just ended.
Yeah, it did.
I thought it just got. I thought they were just ending.
No, you can cancel something, but cancel it before what you've allocated to be its final season, so that they can end it properly. But
they still have Parks and Rec, so I mean.
I've never seen Parks and Rec. That's Amy Poehler, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. I like that show.
I really want to see Community.
I heard Community.
That is an awesome show.
Yeah, I watched an episode of Community. I thought it was alright. So.
It's really good. I love that show. I failed though because I didn't realize when they kept pushing back the start of this season. So when it started, I didn't know about it, and now it's like halfway through, or I haven't watched any of it.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to watch it. I don't watch a lot of TV right now. Like, I almost forgot to watch Doctor Who yesterday. And I was like,
funny.
No.
I only watch things online now. I never watch actual TV. Because it's just, I think now it's become so convenient to watch things at your leisure on the internet that...
For regular TV, I think I watch Supernatural, Doctor Who, and, like, I watch Warehouse 13 when the season starts up again, and... I think that's pretty much it. I don't watch a lot of regular TV.
I'll mainly watch TV with my mom. Like, we'll lay around and we'll watch
a lot of Netflix.
Yeah, we'll watch, like, Celebrity Apprentice and Real Housewives and
stuff like that. My mom watches stuff like, well, she doesn't watch Celebrity Apprentice, but she watches like Dancing with the Stars.
We love Dancing with the Stars.
Oh my God,
we have that. We have a version of Dancing with the Stars called Strictly Come Dancing, and we have two of your judges, Len and Bruno.
I love Bruno. Len is a stick in the mud.
Really? See, Len's like the nice judge over here. Like, the other two judges over here are monsters.
Len is a stick. He's like the worst judge over here. I love Bruno. Like, he should be in every single television show. Like,
he really should.
He should be getting more money. Like, he should be on more things.
Bruno, he's one of those flamboyantly gay men that I want to marry. I don't even care.
He's fucking great.
Do they still play that Extreme Makeover Home Edition show? Is that still on?
See, I've heard of it. I don't think it's on.
My mom used to watch that every week, and I hated it.
Heather, what do you think of the new companion?
So far, I like her.
I like her too, and it's interesting. Yeah. I thought I would find that kind of nudge, nudge, wink, wink, twinkle in her eye thing quite irritating.
Yeah.
But she's actually, it's a well acted enough part that I don't. And I really like her relationship with Matt Smith. And I thought because the trio, the Amy, Rory, and 11 trio, I warmed to so much. And I thought that was a real resurgence for the show. I thought I would find it quite hard to warm to a new companion. But I really like Clara.
Me too.
And
I didn't think I was going to like Matt Smith very much, but he really, really grew on me. I like him a lot now.
Yeah, I love Matt Smith. I love everything about him. I love the way he moves. I love everything about him. I love the way he moves. I love, like, he's like a cartoon character or like a Tim Burton animation
Yeah.
or something. He's just a beautiful man.
I'm really excited to see the episode that the newest episode that Neil Gaiman wrote.
Oh yeah, well
Whenever they do that.
episode about the TARDIS was beautiful.
Oh, that's my favorite episode now.
It's my favorite episode as well. I just thought it was magical. I'm just inspired.
I love his style of writing. It's perfect.
Yeah, I completely agree. I really love him. I love most of Mark Gatius's episodes. The only one that I don't care for is the episode where they meet Winston Churchill, just because I don't think in general you can tell a Dalek story in half an hour.
Oh yeah.
And I think there have been exceptions to that. I like Asylum of the Daleks, but I think that was a bit of a swing and a miss. That episode. But yeah, I really like Clara, and I was quite surprised in. Have you seen did you see last week's episode?
That was the
I
Wi-Fi
don't
one?
know where I am.
Yeah, I saw that.
I really liked the twist about the Great Intelligence coming back.
Yeah.
Because I thought in general that was kind of, it was the whole episode, even though I enjoyed it and it didn't kind of make me cringe or anything, like, I thought the subject of, like, technology or, like, the quote-unquote Wi-Fi, I thought that's kind of very familiar territory for Doctor Who and not really that original a plot.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, technology's taking over our lives. It's like, well, yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
But that twist, I thought really kind of, and also the sort of cool, like, screwball comedy relationship between Clara and Eleven, I liked. But
oh yeah, that bit at the end where you realize that woman has been like controlled since she was a child. I was like, wow.
Yeah, no, I agree actually, and her performance was great. That was really that was the best kind of moment in terms of that plot. That was very shocking, and everyone kind of waking up from that. I thought that really worked.
That was good. The ending was really good.
Yeah, the ending was
the rest
really
of the episode was good, but not like spectacular.
Yeah, it was okay. It just wasn't anything new.
Yeah.
God, what the fuck was that?
That was me.
So, have either of you played any of the BioShock games?
No, but I hear Infinite is really great.
Infinite is amazing.
Yeah, my brother played the first two, I think. So my brother likes them.
That's my obsession now. I got really late on the BioShock bandwagon. I only started playing it after Brental Floss's BioShock song.
Uh-huh.
I had interest in it when it came out, and then I kind of completely forgot about it. And then he did that song, and I'm like, that game looks awesome. And then I played it, and now I'm obsessed with it.
Spoiler alert: Fran still doesn't play video games.
I don't play very many.
I need to.
When are we gonna be partners in science, Fran?
We will be partners in science as soon as I find a job.
Okay.
I really, believe me, I want to.
I want to be your partner in science.
I want to be your partner in love.
Thanks.
I'm going to keep saying shit like that to you for the rest of the podcast.
Until people start writing fiction about us.
Until people start writing fiction
We're
about us.
going to keep being in lesbians with each other. No.
In lesbians?
Yeah.
Lesbians.
I'm in lesbians with
We're
you.
in lesbians. We keep lesbians. But, oh, actually, funnily enough, I'm going on a date next week.
Sweet.
I know. It's with this kind of blonde guy.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't look like film brain. I don't know what you're implying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's quite exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I don't think I know his real name. I think I just know his username.
Oh.
But yeah, wish me luck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him, by the way, that I've talked about him publicly.
Yeah.
No, you can't. Yeah,
that'll be a good benchmark for the rest of our relationship.
Yeah. I'm looking at. We're gonna go to our news portion of the podcast now because I'm just looking through. I'm looking through news, and the first goddamn headline I see. I want you to guess who the first goddamn headline is about what I just saw. Headline: looks like the paparazzi caught Miley Cyrus smoking a blunt again.
Oh my god, it's almost as if she were a young person.
Yeah, I know. But it's like, you think she'd
I'm
know?
right, like-
you think she'd know better than to
You'd
be
think
smoking a
people
blunt
who
out
are
on a
famous
balcony.
would know to be perhaps more discreet, but I don't care. That just needs to be legalized, and we need to get the fuck over that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. I
It's
mean,
never
and I think as
something
well,
that's
like-
really appealed to me, but I've always realized that it's completely idiotic
Yeah.
to have that be illegal.
But it's like,
Well, it could be policed so much more effectively if it was legal, and then people wouldn't get themselves into shit situations.
I mean, I don't
Not to
mind.
mention how much you
Not
could
the
tax
same
that,
thing.
and we could totally fix the fucking debt problem.
Okay. I don't mind her smoking pot. It's just like, go inside.
Well, you don't want your whole house
No, I-
to smell like pot.
But I agree though. I mean, I think the thing is there are celebrities that court the press, and that's irritating. Yeah, but I just think it's I don't care. I don't care. I'm not offended by them. I'm not obsessed with them. They're just immaterial to me.
Yeah.
People like Miley Cyrus, certainly.
Yeah.
I occasionally enjoy
her new
retweeting
hair
some
is. Can I
stupid
just
shit
say?
she said.
Can I just say her new hair is fabulous? Can I? Just
Her
say?
new hair.
I
Let
don't
me
know
have a
why
look.
she gets so much hate for that. I think it looks nice on
I
her.
think it looks very nice. It's like she has that cut. I think she got it cut because she did a thing where she performed a Billy Idol song and it was okay, I guess. But she cut her hair like super short and a little spiked up just a little bit.
Mm.
I mean,
Look.
it looks. I like
I
that.
think
I would.
people are just irritated, like, she started out as the Disney princess, and then she tries something that's more like a supposedly punk rock type look, and it's like, oh, she's such a poser.
Yeah.
Like, really? She can't
Yeah,
just decide.
that's irritating. It's like she
Nobody
kind of
in their
can't win.
entire life has gone through different phases of stuff they liked.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of sad that she can't do anything without people calling her like a poser or whatever. And I'm like, she's just fucking living life, whatever. Fuck off.
Yeah.
She's like,
No,
how
I-
old is she? 20-something?
She's like 24 or something. I
She
did
can't be
get a little
24,
I
she's not.
did get a little pissed off when it's like she's marrying that good-looking Liam Hemsworth. He's fucking gorgeous. And I'm just like, oh my god.
You
I thought
jealous?
He's gonna be taken.
No, I saw a
Something.
magazine that said he was like cheating on her and they broke up or something.
I don't know if they're still gonna marry.
But
or
then
not.
that was just like one of those shitty magazines that you see at the checkout counters. so
Yeah,
it's probably
I have no
shit anyway.
I have no idea if they're still gonna get married or not. So
Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
That's ultimately what it comes down to. It simply doesn't matter.
yeah.
I, Greer, think you should go for Arpats so that he can get back on
Robert
Christian Stewart.
Pattinson.
Yeah. Actually, no, I really hate the hate that she's got. Like, I think we've talked about this. She, yes, she cheated on her boyfriend, but the bloke that she cheated on him with was a married man who should have known better.
Yeah. Like, cheating still makes you a douchebag, but seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a young woman. She'll learn
Everybody
from it.
has that period where they don't do, the nicest things to whomever, whether it be you cheat on your significant other, or like when I was a teenager, I, did that stupid rebellion phase and pissed off my mom a lot. Everybody has that period where you're a dick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I found a thing that is what is your Game of Thrones name? And it's basically like one of those things like, oh, here, what's the first letter of your first name and the second?
Oh, yeah.
And shit. Fran, first letter of your first name.
F.
Second.
I don't know why I said that with
letter
the
of your-
intensity with which I did.
First letter of your last name.
K.
And what's your birth month?
October.
October. Okay, so you're, let's see, Lady, Roslyn, Frey.
Hey.
Frey.
Lady Roslyn.
Frey.
Lady Roslyn Frey.
Yeah, they're just using like a mix-up of like names from Game of Thrones and then like the house names and shit. I guess it's kind of cool if you want. Like,
I'm gonna do one.
Like I'm fucking Daenerys Ashford, the smuggler.
That's great. That's awesome. Daenerys Ashford Smuggler.
Yeah. Apparently I'm a smuggler. Heather, let's see. Yours is
HS and April.
HS and April. Greta, your house name is Tully. You're Tully.
Greta, Tully.
You're a knight of the You're a knight of the Kingsguard. Wow.
Nice.
Oh, fucking hell, Heather, that's awesome.
That means you can't wed or have children.
I'm okay with the
bugger.
second part of that.
But
Oh, who needs to get married anyway?
there are lots of titles that if you take in Game of Thrones, like you can either join the Wall or you can be in the Kingsguard, and both
So
of
as a
those,
lady,
both of those
what does
positions,
that qualify me as?
you're just a lady, I guess.
You get to
So
sit
is
around
it-
and
Or
As
a
a
be
higher
smuggler,
up. You're not a peasant, basically.
As a smuggler, are you an outlaw or a peasant or...
An outlaw, I guess. I could travel around with fucking Dinklage or something. I don't know.
Right, I'm going to do one now where I'm going to name something in my room that starts with a G and then something that starts with a Y, and that's going to be your Game of Thrones name, Greer, and then I'm going to do the same to Heather,
Okay.
but with H and an S. Okay, so G and Y. Let's see. Okay, there's some wine over there, which presumably has grapes. So wine. Y. What starts with Y? Fuck me, I don't even have a calendar.
Wow.
For year. This is a terrible idea.
It's backfired horribly.
It'd be easier to do
Terrible.
Heather. It'd be easier. S is a very common consonant.
That's true. It certainly is. Nice alliteration. Heather, right. Oh, fucking hell, it's because I need a piss. I can't concentrate.
I'm gonna use that as excuses why I
Look
couldn't
at
think of
lady.
something that started with S and ended with P earlier.
Yeah.
That's totally why. Not that I'm
Yeah.
apparently having my blonde natural hair color come through.
I think it's as good an excuse as any. This is baffling. I can't see anything in here that starts with a H. Oh, handbag. Your handbag. Handbag sofa.
Hooray.
Wow, what a piece of shit this game is. That's why I don't make this stuff up. So, listeners, you can all play that at home. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, seriously. Fucking fun as hell. Anyway. I was gonna fucking, shit, what was I gonna say? Let me think for a second.
That was the most
Fucking-
American I've ever heard.
Okay, no,
I was gonna fucking... Oh, shit, what the fuck? What the fuck was I gonna say?
I got distracted. But,
Dude, where's the car?
okay, no. Fucking Iron Man 3 comes out in a month over here.
Yay.
Iron Man 3.
Oh, shit, I'm so excited about that.
When does it come out over there?
I think relatively soon after that. Let me look it up.
Yeah.
I'm also...
Yeah, I saw a thing that said Joss Whedon saw Iron Man 3 and in reference to the ending, he's like, how the fuck am I going to follow that up in Avengers 2?
Yeah.
Or something towards that effect, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, really.
I'm really excited about Joss Whedon's S.H.I.E.L.D. series.
Oh
I
my
think
god, it's gonna be amazing.
that is going to be incredible. And Agent Coulson's back.
I've
yeah.
never had
Hey,
that much interest in
Coulson.
Joss Whedon. Like, I knew there were people that thought he was overrated, and there were people that loved everything he touched, basically. And then I saw Firefly, and I was like, oh my god, this man's amazing.
Oh yeah.
He's a genius.
The way he writes female characters, so, like they're actual people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. I mean, and they're funny, and they're flawed, and
Yeah.
they're three-dimensional, and there's more than one type. I mean, it just...
Yeah.
Honestly, the fact that that's still unusual is pretty terrible.
Yeah.
There's a quote that I've seen on the internet that somebody asked him, supposedly, why do you write strong female characters? And the response was supposedly, because you still ask that question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Right.
if he actually said that or not, because, it's just something that's floating around the internet,
yeah.
but...
Yeah. Yeah, it could be bollocks, but it sounds good.
Yeah.
Let me see. When is Iron Man 3 being released over here? April 25th.
Damn. That's
Yeah,
a long
that's
way
cool.
away. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it comes out. Oh, you guys get it before us. Shit,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Okay.
Oh, yeah, shit. You guys
That
We
means
get
you
it on
guys.
May 3rd. That's hilarious.
Fuck off. That means you guys are probably gonna get the fucking Thor 2 trailer before us.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got Avengers for you.
Fuck you guys.
To be honest, we've got the smaller country, okay? This is our perk.
I'm not gonna... They're saying that the Thor 2 trailer is gonna be with Iron Man 3, which wouldn't... I'm gonna fucking explode, you guys. I can't wait for Thor 2. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking cry when that movie comes out. Like, oh my god.
I fully believe that. You're gonna be like me when the third Austin Powers film came out. You're gonna see it the day it's released.
I'm gonna go... Hopefully there'll be a midnight for Thor 2. Do you think... I don't know if Thor has a big enough fan base now, though. Like, I don't know. I mean, ever since the Avengers, I'm not sure. But, I mean...
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Is Cat... I forget.
It's like, when it first came out.
The entire cast... Or I know the main plot is, like, something going on at Asgard, and I know...
Christopher Eccleston.
Natalie Portman, I think, is in it.
Yeah,
but
Natalie Portman's in
the rest of the cast in there? Or?
Yeah, I think the only one they're replacing. The only one they're replacing for the sequel is the guy that played Fandral, which is one of Thor's three friends, and
Warriors 3.
Yeah,
was that the redhead? I can't remember.
It was like the good-looking, like skinny guy, like the one that was
the Robin Hood looking guy.
Yeah, the Robin Hood looking guy, and then Zachary Levi is gonna play him. So.
Really?
That's an upside, Zachary Levi. You know.
I don't know how I feel about that. I like the original casting of that.
Yeah, I don't know why the other guy didn't come back, but I mean, Zachary Levi, that's a bright side. So.
Yeah. I've never seen Chuck.
Yeah.
I think I would quite like Chuck.
The only thing I really know Zach Levi from is shit. I was thinking Star Trek, but that's Zachary Quinto.
Yeah. I love Zachary Quinto.
Yeah, I like both Zacharys. But
such a crush on him, and then I found out he was gay, and I was like, oh.
Not
that I got shot in hell anyway, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that when you find a celebrity that you have a crush on, you find out that they're gay, and you're like, oh, really? And then you're like, well, what the fuck did I really think was gonna happen?
Yeah, really.
Or they're dating someone, like, oh, yeah, because I had a shot with...
Again, I refer to the Tom Hiddleston fandom when they thought he was dating somebody, or still think... I think they thought he was dating Jessica Chastain, because they were photographed together, and everybody was pissed off. And I'm like, what? Do you think you fucking have a chance at all?
Well, it's like when Stephen Merchant was with Rose Byrne really briefly. I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, well... You know, what did I think was going to happen?
Yeah. I'm like, it's not going to be one of your fanfics where you run into Tom at, like, a fucking Starbucks and then you immediately go back to his flat and have sex. Like, that's not going to fucking happen.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
See, I have to say, that's where I kind of draw the line. When people write themselves into fanfics with people that they have a crush on.
I am very guilty. I have been guilty of doing that in the past, but... I think it's a little childish now. I
never did that in my head when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
See, I still do it in my head. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Maybe that's the wrong word to use. No, but I think it's funny.
Oh, yeah. Like, I laugh in my mom's face when she tells me she had a dream about her laying in bed with David Duchovny, and I'll laugh because it's funny. But
right in her face. It is funny. It doesn't mean you're sneering at it or being dismissive of it, but it is funny.
I had a fucking dream where
my mom mentioned she's attracted to somebody. I just go, ew.
But I got all fucking flustered when I woke up one morning and realized I had a dream where Peter Dinklage kissed my hand. So I'm like, I can't laugh at that. Sounds fucking great.
I had a really weird one recently. I'm trying to remember. It might be a British person, so not necessarily someone you would have heard of, but I remember telling my friends about it and them being like horrified because it was like some older television personality or celebrity or something like that, not someone particularly good looking. If I remember, I'll bring it back up.
Yeah. And then I've had like countless Adam Lambert dreams, and it's just like, well, that's just because he's in my fucking head all the time. Can we talk about Adam Lambert for a second and how fucking crushed I am?
Yes, we can. I knew that was going to come up.
Because him and his boyfriend broke up. And
It's
I'm super
sad.
crushed because they've been together for 2.5 years, and they were I seriously thought that they were gonna get fucking married. Like, I
Well,
was
weren't they
so
engaged?
under the impression that they were gonna get married, but then it's like, well, I mean, he's gonna be in Finland, he's Finnish, he's European, and it's like, well, he's gonna be filming a TV show, and, you know, I'm away so much, we just decided to end it, and I'm like, that's not a goddamn reason! That's not a fucking reason!
I guess, I mean, it's a difficult one. Like, I think if I was with what I considered to be the right person, I think I would find it very, very hard to end. But then again, if they didn't want to be in London, for instance, I wouldn't be willing to sacrifice the life that I have here to, like, if they wanted to live in Devon, for instance, I'd just be like, well, you know, that's really sad, but we have to break up.
Yeah.
So I can understand.
I was
don't
sad
know.
that I don't want to get caught up in his personal life because I don't know what happens behind the scenes there. So it's just like, I'm not gonna get too goddamn. But I did tear up. I'm just like, but they were perfect. Like,
Oh, Greer.
he just,
See, I think
he
you
was
should. I think you
fucking
should.
a concert like 2 goddamn weeks ago, sang a song. He's like, this one's for my boyfriend, and I'm like, that's so fucking cute. 2 weeks later, we're fucking done, and I'm like, oh, because they're my real life ship, you know.
They're your OTP.
Oh yeah.
But you need to do a video, like, you know, the British girl that does all the videos about Twilight.
I should make her.
You should, and the video that she did when our Pats found out that Kristen Stewart had cheated
Oh
on her.
God. That's
I-
hateful and
and
hilarious.
this is
Like,
Like,
don't get involved. But why? How did you do this to Robert Pattinson? Just leave them alone. Don't get involved. Leave them alone. Like, just the most phenomenally.
It's like-
I need to do it in like a trolling way though, because like,
Oh, absolutely.
like is she trolling or not?
I
Does
hope
she do
she's-
that trolling or?
Because otherwise she's very unhinged.
Yeah.
yeah.
I should Google
You
that.
never
Is
tell
this
who's
girl trolling
genuinely
or
fucked
not?
I mean, I it's very, very difficult to tell because the thing is, I mean, it's a really, she looks physically unhealthy.
Yeah.
You know, just in terms of the
Her
extent
hair's always
of her
messed
weight
up and shit, and like,
and her teeth.
I'm just
and,
like, girl, get some sleep.
yeah, damn
What's
right.
that girl's name?
Oh, flip, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Or what's the name of like her video?
Nutty Madam is her username.
Oh,
She's crazy.
okay. Oh, maybe she's on like Know Your Meme or something.
Oh god, there's a horrible Encyclopedia Dramatica entry for her.
Oh my! I
Oh.
never go on that goddamn site. It's.
I know, it's horrible, and they call her like. I mean, the thing is, it's horrible because it's really triggering.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's where it kind of oversteps the line for me. And like people that comment on her videos and say things like, you know, you should just, you know, like kill it with fire. Like, I mean, that for me, whether you're joking or not, is just disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sexist.
Particularly if she's not kidding and she's actually genuinely has like a psychological condition.
There's
'Cause
nothing.
that's why it's kind of like, haha, aw.
Yeah, I mean, I say there's nothing funny about it. Inevitably, because she's in the public eye,
Yeah.
sometimes you are going to laugh at it. But I mean, at the same time, yeah, she can't be a healthy girl
Yeah.
if she is genuine.
I'm on her
And that's
Twitter right
sad.
now. Her fucking profile picture page is terrifying.
Oh, really?
She's like, she looks like she's going out for Halloween or something. She's covered in blood and stuff. It's like really weird.
No, she actually straight up murdered somebody.
I have no fucking clue.
She murdered Kristen
You
Stewart.
never know.
I keep calling Kristen Stewart Christian Stewart. I've just realised. I've done it
Yeah,
like 6 times.
I can't find out whether she's a troll or not. Like, I'm.
Well, I'm sure lots of people have tried to find out, but I gather it's Emma Clark. That's her name. I gather it's quite ambiguous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where does she live? Like.
I think, I think just kind of sort of the.
Is
I
she?
think, like,
She's
South East
British,
or-
correct?
Yeah, she's British.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think somewhere like, I don't know, like Kent or Swindon or, just a fairly bog standard sort of town.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, like, I cannot tell if this girl is fucking, but I would do videos like that. I would do it ironically, probably, just like,
No, I think you should be absolutely sincere. I think you
I
should be as
should be
bad
sincere,
bitchy
but then
as...
it would also be like, I don't know.
Inevitably, I mean, I think it would be even funnier, I guess, is what I'm saying, is if you did it with absolute sincerity.
Yeah. Because that'll happen, and I'll just be like, oh, I'm doing it for fucking fun,
I think sometimes the way we talk, it steers dangerously close to kind of borderline obsessive fan.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we just about toe the line. Wouldn't you agree? Ladies?
Yeah.
Yes. I had to think about it.
You had to think about
it? Well, for me, I'm like, I'd like to think I'm not that obsessive, but then I'm like, who am I kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, when I spend half the night on Tumblr, I do wonder.
Yeah.
Are we gonna wrap up, ladies, or is there anything else anyone wanted to
No, I think
business?
I'm just scrolling. That's what happened. So, I mean, yeah, we can end it right now.
Okay, guys. Well, anything anyone wants to promote?
Just the blog and shit, just as always. So.
Well, hopefully look out for me in a horror film.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
That would be fucking awesome.
You'll be in like the sequel to the remake of Evil Dead, where there will be even more torture porn.
I would like Welshie, if you're listening, which...
You could be in the next Killjoy movie!
Well, I'd like him to review. I would like him to review the movie if I get the part.
Oh, yeah.
That nothing would make me happier.
Oh, yeah. Do it.
Do it, absolutely. You're listening, Matt.
Obviously.
We'll talk. Yeah, so we'll end it right here for this week. Alright, goodbye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. It's been fun. Arrivederci.